is up, you guys? Doing another type of video. This news had dropped, so I kind of wanted to get this out as quickly as I could. Teenage Engineering making new gear coming out autumn 2025. These posters have been appearing apparently down in Melbourne, Australia, and in parts of the UK is what people have been saying. I'm sure they'll show up some other places too. As you can see right here, I'm sure some of you have already seen this news, but I did want to kind of cover what I've noticed. I personally think that Teenage Engineering kind of greenlit this to come out, at least news-wise. I don't think that they would do like an advertisement campaign and stuff like that without like actually knowing that it's coming out. And it's autumn 2025. We're already in September. So this is probably something we're going to see relatively sooner than later, I would say. So let's go over kind of the photos that have released. This one, keep this logo right here kind of in mind, because that is truly what I think the big thing is going to be. And first, these are what has come out. This is off of Reddit. There are 3 new devices that we're going to probably get out of this. As you can see, we have a vocal effect here called the Ting FX, which that is really cool. Anybody that's ever been down in Jamaica, if you know anything, Ting is actually a soda that's down there. So I think that's kind of like a cool little nod, if that is what is that's supposed to be, or if it's just like, I don't know. I read into that type of stuff. Next, we have the Rhythm Supertone. This is going to be, I guess, the next step in the EP series, which I'm very excited for this one because it seems the theme is going to be dub and reggae and different effects and stuff like that. And I would just love to put a set together with an EP 133 and a rhythm, and just you could feel the island breezes type of thing.
Yeah, boy.
Which I'm really excited for. The kind of old school stereo look right here, I really enjoy. I think that that's kind of the best thing about these, is that they all have kind of their own characters or their own characteristics, and sometimes even their own little special like features. But this looks pretty similar to a 133. Not much is different about it other than probably what's in it and then like the theme. I'm gonna say this before, it is I know it's like supposed to be like an island thing, but I almost get like SpongeBob vibes off of this thing for some weird reason.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Yeah, like the font and everything, like down here, it makes me think of like SpongeBob font, which I think is just kind of funny. I hope that doesn't ruin it for anybody, but yeah, I noticed that when I started looking at the photos. Right here we have kind of a clean look of what these things are going to look like. I'm really impressed with just kind of the uniformity that they do with their color schemes, and white, gray, and orange. That's kind of what you get in different variants of it. I know the Medieval had a little bit of a different theme on it, but too, that was kind of the key of that being different. And the Ting right here, it looks really cool, old school with the curly little, look like a CB radio walkie-talkie. It's really, I really have enjoyed going through these photos, and it's just cool to see that, you know, Teenage Engineering, while they are making like $1,000 benches and shit like that, they still like try and make something cool that anybody can buy. This is the big one for me that I did want to kind of talk about. Is I don't know what this one is called, but I think they took this plate off for a reason. I don't think that was just randomly, but I think this plate, I think there's something on this plate. I'm a conspiracy theorist about this. You have the small screen right here, which I'm really looking forward about, more of a visual cue of what's actually happening. When you scroll into it, it says Siren. So I don't know if that is different effect stuff that they're going to be doing with this, or if that is a preset, like a mod or an effect that's going to be on it, because I do know you're going to have your 2 inputs right here. As you can see, you have an aux input, 1 output, and then your USB charging, so it'll run off of your batteries, or you can just plug it up USB. But this kind of has a similar look as like the T6, their other little like mixer that they have, which is just an astronomical amount of money for what I think it really does. Not that it isn't cool, but I think that they wanted to make something kind of similar but a little easier for people to get a hold of. You have your gain on both channels, your high, mids, and lows, and then you have your cues, your levels, and then your effects, which I really look forward to. You have your shift button right here, so it's probably going to have like some alter effects and stuff that they're going to have with it. There is a mod wheel too, which that's going to be kind of cool to see, and then you have your little, you know, the little selector, I guess is what that's going to be. I'm kind of curious in what some of this stuff is. I think this is going to have a lot of mixing capability, obviously being a 2-channel mixer, but I think that they always kind of step it up with something else on top of it. And I think that what you're going to be able to do with this guy, I think this is going to be kind of a main brain for some portableism sets and stuff like that. I'm excited to see what that's going to kind of look in the future. Here we have the Ting also. I know it has a little rest that you can put on there, so if you want to like probably capture like nature sounds or anything like that, you probably can just set it up. But yeah, that's kind of what's happening with Teenage Engineering. This is what's kind of leaked recently. I'm excited to kind of see more. I do think you're going to see a lot of information about these come out soon, definitely with it being newer. And like they said, it's autumn 2025, so I'm sure that these are some test products that have gone out to people to test them out, which means you're probably not too far off of seeing some people that get this gear kind of early. You won't see it here. I'll have to wait till release. But hey, Teenage Engineering, if you see this and if you want to send them your boys' way, I'll give you an honest review. I like the product. So I'm really excited. Hopefully you guys are as well. These are cool devices. And like I said, got your SpongeBob theme. But no, I think altogether, I think you're going to be able to make something really, really cool, and you're going to kind of be able to keep it in vein. Obviously, you have like your headphone jack that's going to be down here. I'm sure there's probably something else on the other side. They always kind of use the space well. My big takeaway from this is that I'll probably end up using one Rhythm and then one EP133, the little KO2 action on there, mixer there. Obviously, you can run some extra stuff into it, like I think they are really trying to make like a full DJ kind of setup that you can do just with these, which is really cool. And I think that it's kind of cool to see in the future what we're going to be getting. And I think that they are kind of, they're giving you what you want, but they kind of have to select when to give it to you. Pricing wise, if I had to take a guess on all this stuff, I think probably your Rhythm is probably going to be the $299. It's going to be your standard EP series price. I know that the Medieval and the 133 kind of both were on that, so I think these are going to be that. I think they're going to be probably about $300. I think the mixer itself, other than the screen, I think this is probably going to be about $250 to $200 is what I would like to see. I think that that's a reasonable $200 2-channel mixer type of kind of vibe. And then I think your Ting effects, I think it's probably going to be about $100. I do know that there's always going to be a little bit of charge that they're going to put on it, but I know that the EP series and things that they make for this, they kind of do want it to be not, I wouldn't call it entry level, but if you're serious about music and you want to buy some cool stuff, I think that they kind of try and give you something that you can use. So I'm excited to see where this goes. I'm excited to see what Teenage Engineering does with these products. And like I said, keep your eyes tuned on everything on this, because I think you're probably going to see a lot more info about this coming up. But yeah, thank you guys for checking out the video. Make sure you guys follow all the stuff that's out there if you want to see what I'm doing. I don't beg you to subscribe, but if you want to, hey, rock and roll. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.